Hello, Delaware Food Pharmacy families. Thank you for joining us for another DASH diet video. My name is Shannon, and I'm a registered diet technician and chef. Today, we will take another spin on the traditional salad and add some extra summer flavor with a cilantro, lime, shrimp, vinaigrette, and salad with avocado, corn, and tomatoes. Today in my bowl of ingredients, we have a bunch of different things. I've got avocado and corn and tomatoes. So that's going to be our salad base. And we're going to make a cilantro lime vinaigrette to go with it. And I'm probably going to grill some shrimp that I've already cleaned and deveined. You can also saute this if you want to. We'll make a little marinade for that. And overall, it will be a tomato, avocado, and corn salad with cilantro lime vinaigrette topped with marinated shrimp. This marinade's pretty straightforward. Most marinades, you're gonna have some kind of acid and some kind of base. In this case, we're looking at lime juice and olive oil. So we'll have to juice our limes. I think I said about 3 of them. So I'll cut these in half. Remember, limes don't have seeds, so you actually don't have to be as careful about it as the lemons. And we can actually just take these, because there's no seeds, and smash them right through. Okay? These are tiny little limes, so you might need a little bit more. But we definitely want to have a decent amount of citrus in there. So our lime juice is ready to go, and I think what we'll do is add our seasonings. For this one, I'm going to use about a teaspoon of cumin, and I can't find my whole teaspoon, so this is a half. I'll just do it twice. Okay, 1, 2, okay. And then we have about half a teaspoon, which is perfect, because that's exactly what this is, of salt. Okay, do kosher salt with it. Boop. And then we have smoked paprika. This adds a great smoked flavor and just a little bit of color, which is also nice. Whenever I have to measure things out, I take off the top so it doesn't make such a big mess. So we'll do 1 of these again, and it'll be 1, 2, because this is actually just a half a measurement. You can always add more or less. Again, remember, there's no rules. There's no right or wrong. It's all about you liking what you make so that you'll eat it, and just trying new things. Okay, so then we have to add in olive oil. For marinades, you don't need that much. It's actually about 2 tablespoons. It's not the same as a vinaigrette where you're doing like a ratio. So we'll do 2 tablespoons of this. We'll add in a little bit of honey. That's 1 tablespoon of honey. And I just use anything to kind of scrape it out. I'm going to use this whisk to whisk it anyhow. So I'll put this aside, and we'll smash down garlic, and then we'll add in the cilantro. So real quick, garlic review. Take off your bottom. Okay, this is the part that holds it together. Use the side of your knife, smash it down. Should pop right out. Makes it just a quicker, cleaner, easier process. Okay, so that is going to be there. Okay. Got my garlic ready to go, and I'm going to give a rough chop on this. Again, doesn't matter if these have stems in it. It is just going to marinate. I do love cilantro. Some people hate it. I believe our friend Eric does not like the taste of cilantro, and that is okay. There is something actually, I think it's like biological, where people taste it differently. Some people find that it tastes like soap, and some people, like me, find that it tastes like heaven. I got 1 more hot ingredient, I meant wet ingredient, and that's chili garlic sauce. If you don't have this, it's not a problem. You can use any hot sauce, like 1 to 2, depending on your heat level. We'll add our chopped cilantro and our chopped garlic, and we're just gonna whisk it. Whisk it, baby. Whisk it right. Oh, whisk it, baby. Whisk it all night. I have a bit of a mess here, but this is reality. This is what it looks like when you make stuff. And I have my shrimp ready to be marinated. With shrimp, you don't want to marinate them for more than 20 minutes. Any acid in something, a vinegar, lemon, a lime, will start cooking your shrimp. So if I look at the clock now, I know I have to have these on my grill in 20 minutes. So I'm going to cover this up, probably mix it about. I would love to tell you that I use like a spoon and this is all lovely, but I'm a real person. I just use my hands and then I'll wash them. Just want to make sure that they're coated. I can then pop them in the fridge, obviously after I wash my hands. Okay. First things first, we have it ready to use. I did clean off some corn, and I'm actually just going to break it in half so it fits in here. Water's boiling. You don't have to use fresh corn. You could use frozen or canned and rinsed. It just has to be cooked because otherwise it doesn't taste as good. And we'll let that sit for, I don't know, 5-8 minutes till it's done. This is one of my favorite salads. I just love corn. I think it's a great way to add some natural sweetener, and it's got the fiber, and it's just a great color. So this is fresh corn, which is like you can get anywhere at this time of the year. It's a great summer salad. And I'm just cutting it down off the corn, which I know may seem like a crime, but they can't put a cob in a salad. And I guess you could, but it would be hard to like use with a fork. All right. So we have an avocado. This one's a little bit firmer than I would like. Typically, it's a pretty easy process. You're going to press your knife in. You're going to rotate your avocado around the blade. There is a pit in the center. When it's super ripe, it should twist off easily. That's not too bad. Actually, it looks really pretty, but it might taste a little underripe. Generally then, I will take my knife, pop it in here, try to make sure I don't hurt myself. And I might have to do it again to rotate it because these guys are, oh, look, finally, it comes right out. And then the seeds are good for nothing. I just put them in the trash. And then I'll take this is my husband's ice cream scoop. I'll use something that has a little bit of an edge to it to help me go around the edges and scoop it out. Da-da-da. Okay, this one's like peeling off. It's awesome. So whatever is going to work for you. Like I said, this is a little bit underripe for what I want, but it will still serve the purpose that we need. And it's nice and firm, so it'll be easy to cut. Actually, it looks fantastic. Let's give these guys a little dice. Oh, it's going to get dicey in here. And then I have to slice the tomatoes. Okay. Kind of give them a nice dice. And the firmer they are, the easier they are to actually dice. When they are softer, they get smushy, so it gets a little slippery. Okay. And then, again, all this is going in the same container, so we can just cut our tomatoes right down. Oh, look at that. That's a crazy looking tomato. All right. And just kind of cut them right down. Right. Okay, so all of our tomatoes are ready. And we're going to pour all of this right into our salad mixture. And at this point would be where I would actually add to just a little bit of olive oil. Maybe about a tablespoon. Just kind of make sure everything's good there. And we'll set this aside and we're going to skewer our shrimp. 20 minutes have actually passed. So I have skewers. I have soaked them in water. You have to soak them in water before they go on the grill so that they don't burn. And they've been out of the water for a bit, so let's just hope I don't burn them. When I skewer my shrimp, I kind of go from the tail part up to the head part so that they look like they're like just kind of hanging out, just like that. 4 or 5 to a stick. If you really like somebody, maybe 7. Somebody's making you angry, maybe 4. But just for presentation purposes here, we're going to go with 5. Okay, I just wanted to share how pretty our shrimp look. Yes, I know it's a menagerie of skewers, but they look fantastic. So we're going to set them aside and we're going to make our vinaigrette. For the vinaigrette, pretty simple ingredients again. We're going to use cilantro, we're going to use lime, we're going to use garlic. I've got rice wine vinegar, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of honey, and a little bit of olive oil. For this recipe, I actually used my KitchenAid. So the first thing that we'll do is, just like before, I don't know if you guys can see this, I want to make sure it's clear. We're going to use the solid ingredients first. So we'll put our, what do you call it, garlic in. And I'm going to cut off the bottom, press them out, And the best part about this, of course I didn't press out, there we go, is that I don't have to chop anything because I'm going to let the food processor do the work. I know Delaware Food Pharmacies is providing you guys with a blender, so just be aware that you can absolutely use the blender and it will do the same thing. Generally, you want to put your solids on the bottom so that it can mix them up, and then put your liquids on top so that it allows everything to spin through. Okay, so we got our garlic. I'm really going to make this happen. There we go. And then we'll put our cilantro. It doesn't have to be pretty, it's just a rough chop. We'll put them all in here, and move this to the center so that you can see it a little better. Okay. And then we'll give it a rough chop, and then I'll add the wet ingredients. Perfect. Again, this is going to get chopped down further when I add in the liquid ingredients. I believe I put in about 1/4 cup of lime juice, which is a decent amount of lime juice. It's about 1/4 cup is actually like 2 tablespoons. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my juicer and squeeze this stuff in. I think it'll be fine. Again, there we go. We'll just put it in there. One. Dun, dun, dun. We will add the rest of our wet ingredients. So we have, I'm going to say, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, about 1/4 cup, right? Okay. And then just kind of put this in here. Vinegar. And we have 1/3 cup of olive oil. And again, because we're making this in the blender or in your little KitchenAid, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to like drizzle it in at the end or whisk it, because this is going to do the work for you. We're going to add a little bit of cumin to it. Okay. 1/3 cup there. A little bit of cumin. Like I said, about a teaspoon. And this is, again, my 1/2 teaspoon because I can't find my real one. It's fine. Okay, so I'll add about cumin. So we'll do 1 and 2, and then we'll need a tablespoon for the honey. I'm gonna eyeball it this time. About the shape of a tablespoon. That looks about right. Okay, and this I don't put any salt or pepper in this at all. This is just a vinaigrette, and we'll mix it through. It will fizzle down. Okay, and then we'll pour it out and give it a taste. Okay, so I've got my shrimp here out on my grill. Shrimp can fall through. I have a tendency to like to use the center bar there so that doesn't happen. And I've greased my grill. Get them flat. There we go. Hey guys. And this is the unlucky one. This one only gets 4. And we'll let them sit for a minute. I'll probably close the hood on them and then I'll flip them. Bye! It's time to plate up. My favorite thing to do is play with food, try to make it look nice. So we'll put a little greens down. This is mixed greens, but feel free to use whatever you have on hand. And we're going to use just any scoop to get the good stuff, I guess. And then a little bit of the corn and the avocado and the tomato. The colors really pop up there. I don't know, I kind of like that the corn still looks like a bit of the cob. Something I do enjoy. And then we'll use one of our really nice looking shrimp skewers. Oh, yeah. I'll flip you over this way. Just want to go that way? Whatever you want to do, shrimp. Talk to your food. And then we'll put a little bit of vinaigrette on it. We'll do a little drizzle of that. So I'll just use this thing I have on hand. It'll be fine. I'll kind of put it right over top of the shrimp. Give it a little extra flavor. Okay. And maybe a little bit on the greens, a little bit on here. Really brightens and makes everything look nice. So then we can just do a little bit of lime, a little twisty right on top, and it's like a Caribbean delight salad. Some good stuff right there. Thanks again for joining us today. I hope it was helpful. In our next video, we will be creating more DASH-friendly meals. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to your care team at Christiana.